Spider-Man just knew that his roommate Fred aka Boomerang has got to be up to something, even though he had somehow cleared his name with Kingpin's help. He therefore decided to tag him with a tracker and follow him, only to find him peacefully hanging out and playing cards with other villains, which completely confused him until later when Fred was talking about a time Spider-Man had the Captain Universe powers. Pete corrects him, telling him that Spidey didn't have those powers at the time, and that's when Fred decided to take Pete out with him to utilize his knowledge about Spider-Man, as the two then enter the bar with no name, who some say is a bar crafted by the devil himself. The villains were suspicious of Pete until Fred told them that Pete is a super villain with the special power of lying, while Pete was just trying to leave the bar. Before, Spider-Man Trivia Night was announced with cash prizes, which Pete didn't really want to participate in until he heard villains planning something and decided to stay to get more intel. But overhearing how easy the trivia was with questions like which Galactus Herald did Spider-Man defeat with his bare hands, and hearing someone asking if it is Silver Surfer, Peter just couldn't hold himself from joining and absolutely crushing all the questions, where for once he felt like he actually understood those villains, thinking to himself that they weren't all bad. But that didn't last long, as after Boomerang hangs up on Kingpin's goons, Kingpin decides to put money on his head, making everyone in the bar turn on them, even though they had a code of not fighting in the bar. The two try to fight their way out, as Peter then threatens everyone with his fake powers of lying, giving Fred the opportunity to bomb the whole place up, where they then sit outside to talk. Fred expresses that he didn't use the bomb immediately because he truly wanted to prove to Pete that he had changed, but Pete then reveals that Spider-Man had told him that he saw him gang up with villains in a hideout yesterday, and that's when Fred revealed that those guys were just life model decoys that the Tinkerer had made for him to help him rob a bank. But since he didn't have any friends after he stupidly stabbed all his people in the back, he had no choice but to hang out with those robots who weren't even meant for companionship. Peter therefore apologized for misunderstanding the situation and invited him to hang out with him and Randy next Sunday, which Fred was thankful for, stating that he was otherwise gonna rob a bank that day.